What's up, everybody? Logic in Charge, we're back at you. Got a few things I want to talk about today. Talk about New Mexico and how they have the National Guard teaching. Um, let's talk about WW3. We're going to talk about the infrastructure bill. We're going to talk about the most popular president ever. And then we're going to talk about what's going on with some of these illegal immigrants. We're going to talk about the fourth quarter employment numbers. And that's about that. But we're going to get started. And you know they're coming for our kids, right? They want to indoctrinate them so they can have their way with them. Think about that for a little bit. I mean, the San Francisco Gay Choir came out and said it. You got New Mexico bringing the Guard in to teach. You gotta use soldiers to teach classes, right? Think about the indoctrination that they're gonna do, because most of them people, however, may be good people, they're drinking the Kool-Aid. So then they themselves are jaded and will put out a generation of robots that won't ask questions. Because they don't want any resistance. They know with like my generation and maybe a couple after mine, they're getting pushback. You know, I grew up in the 80s. And there was still Made in America around. There was still, air shows for the red, white, and blue, you know. And I still have a sense of country, along with most of my generation, probably. And it's really disgusting on how they're destroying our country. They're attacking the nuclear family. They've been doing that for years. The war on drugs, that was to get men out of the house. You know, it's that simple. And now, you don't believe that, right? But that kind of leads into our next point. According to Kabbalah Harris's husband, unemployed at that matter of fact, infrastructure no longer are buildings, bridges, roads, things of that nature. It's about the kids. The kids' safety, I believe, is exactly what he said. You know what, parents? Stop giving them control. You be the safety for your child. And that's what it amounts to. The government shouldn't have to worry about the safety of my child because I can. And that raises flags for me. I don't know about you guys, but it does for me. And like I said, they're coming after our kids in a couple ways. They're breaking down the family, so there's no discipline. Where it's one sided. You get either all the feminine or you got all the masculinity. It's not right. It's not good. It confuses kids. And then on top of that, we got some teachers that say mom and dad are offensive terms. We can't use them. We gotta use terms like grown-ups, folks, or family. My daughter came up and said, "Hey, folks, man, I'm gonna say something back that, like, what the hell is what? We're not folks. We're your mom and dad." They're putting that division there, which our government is so good at. And that just brings me to my next point, right? Biden being the most popular president ever, right? And he said he's gonna bring us all back together, the great uniter. Kind of joke is that shit? But if he is the most president, if that's true, why is he anti-diplomatic? Why isn't he a problem solver, able to work with other nations? I'll tell you why. He's getting paid by some bad individuals that want globalism. That's why it doesn't seem like Biden's America first, because he's not. Like, I don't believe in Trump either, so don't get it twisted. Trump was put in office, I believe, to create division amongst us. And then Biden was put in to destroy our economy and get rid of the history with the statue topplings, the the books that they're taking out of classrooms and shit. You know, and I don't care what anybody says. I know that Hunter's laptop, I know that's a key. That's a key to getting Joe's ass. I know it is. There's so much incriminating shit on there with one, Hunter and little kids. Two, you can check all them damn emails. You know, the big guy needs his cut. If you don't know who the big guy is, let's go Brandon for that one, right? And like I said, if he wasn't an anti-diplomat, we wouldn't have these global issues, these global wars about to break out. Because it's just not country to country. It's NATO, 26, 27 countries, something like that, versus Putin, Winnie the Pooh, and I think two other countries just joined Russia. It's going to be a global conflict. And with that being said, and they're showing you the supersonic missiles in mainstream media, them things are scary, man. And if they put a nuke on them, wherever he hits is donezo. Quick. They can't stop it. You know, I think if our country stayed the fuck out of other countries' business and left them the fuck alone, we wouldn't have any of these problems. But the problem is, our government is corrupt. They want everybody else's resources, so they do regime changes all over the fucking place to get their hands on what they want. Hell, the CIA even took out cartels so their fucking drugs would be sold on the streets and not the cartels. They were sending them the drugs back from Vietnam. Fuck. You know, but our government isn't corrupt. Our government is good. It could be. If there were legitimate leaders in there that cared about the country and about its citizens. But the leaders we have just as soon use the Constitution as toilet paper. Look at our border policy. I hope some of y'all seen the footage out there that shows that the Biden administration is sending around illegal immigrants from the border and depositing them in various cities, using the cover of darkness to do so. I've been saying that for a year at least, but I was the crazy one. Just like fucking they're not controlling the weather in Dubai, right? But I'm the one that needs tinfoil hat. Man, y'all people trip me the fuck out. How can't you see an answer right in front of your face? It pisses me off. You know, there's proof now that he's doing this. We as Americans must hold his nuts to the fire. We need to hold him accountable. That's straight up treason. He is committing treason to our country. And he's giving these people money to come here. He's flying them around, giving them fucking housing in the suburbs. And the crime's going up because, you know, there's a war on police right now. Granted, police ain't right all the time. They want to use their power and hurt people. And yeah, for that, some of them need to go. But what's going to happen when that illegal immigrant that's really a murderer is next to you and your family and you don't know it? You go to work and you come home and shit ain't so good, is it? And you know what? That'll be our president's fault. Our president, our cum dumpster and chief and queef, whatever. He's a piece of shit. He's selling us out. You know, the Supreme Court upheld Trump's border policy. Told Biden, hey, you can't do this. You got to go back to the way it was. Right? So he's straight up breaking laws. But let one of us do that. Let us break any fucking law. It don't matter if it's jaywalking. They're going to be quick to get money from us, extort us, or throw us in jail. But somehow, these corrupt, pay-to-play politicians get a free pass? Claim immunity? The fuck is that? What, because they were leaders, they're better than? No, they're not. Fuck them. America, we need to stand together. And if they're going to be corrupt and not lead for us and misrepresent us, since we pay them, we can put them on the street too. Why isn't any action being taken? There isn't a lawyer out there with some balls? Why are y'all scared? If you're going to do the right thing for the right reasons, people will help you. Just because I'm not out fighting a war doesn't mean I'm not willing to put my life on the line for the right thing. And to protect my family, I think that would be one of the right things. To give them a better future, that would be one of the right things. You know, these politicians aren't our friends. They can't represent something they don't know. So why don't you go ask Pelosi? Did you ever have to feed your family off of $25-$30 a week? Have you ever struggled to have to pick what bill to pay so it don't get shut the fuck off? Odds are, if you ask any one of the people that are trying to lead this country, not one of them will say yeah. So how can you represent something you don't know? I guess that's going to be my final point for tonight. Think about that, guys. How can you represent people that you have no clue where their heart is or what they're about? So with that, guys, I want to say one finger salute to our cum dumpster in chief, Let's go, Brandon. Fuck off, douchebag. Trump, I got your number too. You want to push that back? 'Cause I know you're making money off that shit. And somebody will find it. If it's not me, it'll be somebody. So don't go claiming to be the savior when you're not. But America, be safe. Let's do the right thing and move forward. And most of all, let's stand united and hold the people that are trying to hurt us accountable. Have a good night, everybody.